Hi there, I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com, and this is my Smart American Accent Training. Welcome to our Word of the Day series, where we're talking about American English pronunciation using words you've requested. Today's request was for how to pronounce the word pretty, so let's take a look at this common word and break it down. We'll also talk about some similar words that have similar vowel sounds and patterns to help you with this pretty common word and pretty common patterns that you'll see. So the word pretty is a little bit misleading because it has the letter E, but the sound is the vowel I, which looks like this, and it's the same vowel sound we have in pig and big and did. And so that's one of the kind of unusual things about the word pretty is that the spelling doesn't really line up with a lot of typical spelling in American English. And then we also have the letters, the two T letters, and they say a flap sound in this word. So the flap T, as you probably know if you've been watching my videos, sounds more like a light D. It's voiced. I go up and I mark that T, lift my tongue up, but I don't block the air. It's not a strong sound. So it's not pretty. It's not pretty with a strong D. It's pretty, pretty. And so I usually mark the flap with a little line under the T in the IPA. This is one of the things that can be challenging because you can't always look up in the dictionary and see what's happening, what kind of pronunciation we do for the T in the middle of words. So I suggest checking out my lesson on speechmodification.com that shows you a lot of examples of different sounds that T can make in the middle. I also have a series of videos about that to help you. So in pretty, we have first syllable stress. So the pr syllable is long and the D syllable is short and unstressed. Pretty, pretty. And then you also may find it challenging to do this R or this PR blend at the beginning. So work on your R separately, pull the tongue back, get into that tight American R position. You might try a word like rid to get used to combining the R and the I vowel, and we do have a little rid in pretty. If I write it out like this, I would probably write it pretty, or even make this letter Y two E's to represent this tense E sound we have at the end. So I can build it from rid, prid, pretty. The other thing that I'll say is that sometimes we hear an error where people will have trouble going directly from the P to the R, so they might do pr, and just making sure that your P, pr, is light and short and goes right into the R. And then lastly, this ity ending, we have the letters ITY is often how it's spelled, so in words like city or quality or quantity. These are all words we've covered in the series, and you can look at my videos for those words specifically. But what we talk about in those is that the ity ending is a place where I hear a lot of errors. That's because you have to go from the lax I into the tense E, but the E is unstressed, and so it's short and light. So often I'll hear people say this word more like pretty or pretty or pretty. They kind of go back to that lax I sound, pretty or prida. They'll use a schwa there. So we want to avoid those errors by building up our ability to do ity. Ability. There's another word that has the ity ending. So it's very, very useful to practice ity, going from that lax to the tense. You might find that that's challenging, but once you get it, you're going to be able to apply that ity ending on many, many words, and it's going to be helpful and useful for pronunciation. Once I can say pretty by itself, I want to start using it in some short phrases to get it to be more natural with this new correct pronunciation. So we will say, oh, the sky is really pretty today. We also use pretty to mean a little bit. I'm pretty tired, I'm pretty busy, I'm pretty happy. It generally means a little bit and not significantly. Well, it can mean, I'm just thinking about the way we use pretty conversationally, and Pretty tired does mean not just tired, but a little more than just a little bit. Okay, so we'll talk more about meaning in another opportunity. Speaking of other opportunities, I'll be back again tomorrow with another Word of the Day class, on Friday with our live question and answer class, on Sunday with our members class, and also on Sunday we have our Phrase of the Week class. So if you haven't yet subscribed or joined the channel as a member, I encourage you to do that to get more information, more help, and access to more videos and classes. And you can also find the lessons I mentioned on speechmodification.com as well as on our channel page. Thanks so much for being part of the channel. I really appreciate all your requests and suggestions. If you have something you'd like to see me cover in this series, do feel free to leave it in the comments for this video or any of my videos. I'm Christine Dunbar from speechmodification.com. Remember, if you want to sound like a native speaker, you can do it. speechmodification.com. Bye guys. See you tomorrow.